Hello, welcome to Paimon. Let's create an alternative scenario where all Muslim countries unite their powers. What would this world look like? Let's evaluate it with statistical data, possible scenarios, and predictions. Throughout history, Muslim states have established great empires, ruled vast territories, and played significant roles in the development of civilization. For example, the Umayyad and Abbasid caliphates united the Islamic world, leading to a golden age in science, culture, and trade. The Ottoman Empire spanned 3 continents, shaping political and economic balances in Europe, Asia, and Africa. The Great Seljuk Empire defended the Islamic world against the Crusades and strengthened the education system. The Mughal Empire left a rich architectural and cultural legacy in India, constructing world-famous structures like the Taj Mahal. If all Muslim countries were to unite under a single entity today, this structure would undoubtedly become the largest political and geographical union in history. This union could include over 50 countries, but before moving forward, an important note: in this alternative scenario, even though some countries like Turkey define themselves as secular, they are included in the list because the majority of their population is Muslim. So not all included countries are officially Islamic states, but they have a Muslim majority population. Let's start with the flag. Most likely, this country's flag would consist of green and white colors, with a crescent and star in the center. Its name could be the United Muslim States, the Islamic Federation, or the Caliphate Union. With a land area of 22 million square kilometers, it would be larger than Russia, and with a population of 1.9 billion, it would make up 25% of the world's total population. Cairo, Istanbul, and Jakarta would be among its largest metropolises. However, if a capital city were to be chosen, Istanbul or Mecca would likely be the strongest candidates. The United Muslim States would become the 3rd largest economy in the world, surpassing the European Union but remaining behind China and the US, with a GDP exceeding $10 trillion. The Muslim world would control 40% of the world's oil reserves. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, and the UAE would be the main oil producers, while Turkey would be the industrial hub, Indonesia, the electronics production center, Pakistan, the textile giant, and Iran, the leader in military technology. Additionally, the Muslim world would account for 30% of global food production, securing a dominant position in global trade. Sudan's agricultural capacity, Kazakhstan's wheat production, and Bangladesh's textile industry would play key roles in global supply chains. By combining agriculture, industry, and energy sectors, this country would emerge as an economic superpower. Economic alliances similar to China's Belt and Road Initiative would establish new trade routes and industrial zones, spanning Africa, Asia, and Europe. This state would possess the world's strongest logistics network. The United Muslim States would have the world's largest army, with 10 million active soldiers, surpassing the combined military forces of the US and China. Pakistan's 165-plus nuclear warheads would serve as a deterrent, while Turkey's advanced drone technology, Iran's long-range ballistic missiles, and Indonesia's strong navy would establish global military superiority. The defense industry, led by Turkey and Iran, would develop advanced weaponry and space technologies. A United Muslim Space Agency would be established to launch lunar and Martian exploration projects. Strategic alliances with NATO, the US, and Russia would be formed to maintain global balance. With land, air, and naval forces, this country would become one of the top 3 military powers in the world. A strong alternative to Western media dominance would emerge. Turkish TV series, Arab cinema, and Iranian literature would attract massive international audiences. Muslim world media organizations would rival Western-based news and entertainment sectors. A common digital platform and media agency would be created to challenge Western media monopolies. The Islamic financial system would develop an independent economic structure to counter Western financial control. Blockchain-based Islamic banking systems would expand, leading to a global financial revolution. The United Muslim States would become a dominant force in global politics. As a superpower, it would gain veto power at the United Nations, controlling 60% of the world's oil reserves. It would regulate energy markets and exert pressure on major economies like Europe, China, and the US. On issues such as the Palestinian conflict, it would apply diplomatic pressure to reshape international policies. With control over key trade routes such as the Suez Canal, the Strait of Hormuz, the Strait of Malacca, and the Bosporus, this country would dominate global trade. A unified diplomatic network representing all Muslim countries would make it one of the most influential players in international relations. The formation of this state would fundamentally alter the global power balance, but significant obstacles stand in the way of such unification. The biggest barriers include sectarian divisions, ethnic identities and historical rivalries, political differences between monarchies, republics, and theocratic governments, economic disparities between wealthy Gulf nations and poorer Muslim countries. The Sunni-Shia divide remains one of the most defining challenges in the Islamic world. At the same time, several Muslim countries are direct rivals or even enemies. Furthermore, monarchies, secular republics, and Islamic governments operate under different systems, making power balance difficult to maintain. Economic inequality would create serious income gaps between wealthy Gulf states and struggling Muslim nations. However, if a European Union-style economic and political bloc were formed, the Muslim world could become an independent and powerful global force. In the end, this is just an alternative scenario. The actual chances of such a unification happening are extremely low. So what do you think would happen if such a union were established? How would global dynamics change? Let's discuss it in the comments. That's it from Paimon for today. Thanks for listening, don't forget to like the video, and see you next time.